Good evening, everyone. Welcome along to another Thursday evening Cuppa Club with me, my friend Kirsty, and our wonderful guest, which I'm going to let Kirsty introduce to everybody. But it's lovely to see you on this Thursday night. Cuppa Clubs are back. If you want to come online and see us, a few people coming in will find us on live. We're on my page and Kirsty's page.
We are. Hello. So we'd like to introduce our lovely guest. I don't know which way it's showing you, but I'm going to go that way. Hopefully I'm right. To the lovely Becca, who is from the Adventurous Glutton, and she's going to be telling us all about what she does. Now, I know we spoke did we speak of all the days are muddled into one with the homeschool and everything going on, so I don't even know what day it was, but we spoke this week, I think it was, didn't we? And we had a chat, and yeah, your whole story just sounds so amazing, and that's why I was like, you have to come on and chat to us. So tell us what you do, Becca.
Oh, well, thanks for having me. So basically, I've got my day job is that I'm a copywriter, and I've got a company called Message Lab Communications. But what I really love doing is food writing. So that's where the Adventurous Glutton comes in. That's my food blog. I first started it about probably 10, 11 years ago.
Wow.
And it started as I wanted to sort of try new foods. I realised that I was eating a fairly limited diet. So I decided to document trying new foods. But it soon descended into my friends challenging me to eat like weird stuff.
I remember you saying, I remember you telling me all the strange things that you were eating.
There were so many.
Oh my goodness.
It was basically every time one of my friends went travelling, they'd come back with like the weirdest stuff they could find and then challenge me to eat it. So the blog sort of descended into that. And I did it for a few years, I suppose. And then I ran out of weird stuff to eat and sort of lost the love for it a bit. And then about a year ago, I revived it again. But I thought instead of eating weird food, it's just going to be a celebration of food and drinking Dorset where we live. So that's what it is now.
Brilliant. So you go round different places when we're allowed to, different places in Dorset, and you go in to eat in their restaurants or bars, and you then write up your blog of what you think it was like and what the experience was like and what the food was like. Is that right?
Yeah. And I also, I should mention though that unlike a lot of food bloggers, I don't take freebies or gifts.
I love this. I was gonna bring this up.
So a lot of food bloggers would do that. They would go into a place, they'd organise to get a free meal, and then they'd go in and they'd write nice things about it. And when I was coming to the end of my blog life before, I started getting invited by PR companies to go and attend, nice freebie days out, and it was lovely. But it felt really restrictive that you had to write nice things no matter what we thought of it.
Yeah.
So this time I thought, I'm not going to take any freebies. I'm not going to take like any editorial bribes, basically. And I'm just going to write what I genuinely think is amazing. And so if I went out and had a bad meal, I wouldn't write about it.
Yeah.
I only write about places that I sort of think deserve celebrating, really. So
yeah, amazing. When you said that you were limited on food, what you eat, and you tend to kind of, I don't know about you, Jenny, but I tend to eat the same foods over and over again. Even cooking for the children, I'm like, oh God, even they say sometimes, oh, we're having that again, and I'm like, yeah. I'm like, oh.
I think we're all like that a bit, aren't we? We all get into routines, different habits of having the same thing. It's like clothes, isn't it? It's easy. It takes no decision power at all to put on the similar things most days.
Yeah.
Same with food, isn't it? It's easy to sort of think, oh, I'll just have that. Have a few go-to meals that are really easy. We know you know your children like, and let's just do that.
Yeah.
It takes effort. It can take effort, can't it? And time and thought.
Yeah.
And it's all kind of decision making when we're brains are sort of powered and tired already. To think of new things to eat and try new things.
Yeah, absolutely. So Becca, when you tried those new things, are you still trying new things now? I mean, obviously not the crazy food that you're eating. Tell us what type of food that you were eating, because you told me on the phone.
I had, because the main reason I was eating quite a limited diet is because I'd been vegetarian for a long time. And I became a vegetarian when I was a teenager. And so I sort of, that whole period where I would have been trying things, I didn't. So I tried all the meat.
Wow.
I tried all the meat and all the offal, like every bit of every animal, basically. Sorry, vegetarian. And I had things like black fungus juice drink, and chicken feet. I'm trying to think of the weirdest things now. Oh, all sorts.
And do you go back and do you eat those type of things still, or is that just a one-off? You've tried it.
I'm still adventurous. It's the name, but I wouldn't do it just. Well, I don't know. Yeah, if I fancied trying it, I would. I'm quite adventurous. And I'm also really bad. If someone dares me to do something, I'll do it. So, yeah, I probably would. When I go traveling and stuff, I try quite a lot of strange foods.
And I think when we go traveling, it's always a time when we all try new things or new foods, or we're opened up some other interesting things, don't we? When we travel and go away, which we obviously can't do right now.
Yeah,
so good to talk about it.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned you did, well, you've got a blog out that I read actually, the 5-day gut challenge.
Oh yeah.
I have named that right, haven't I? That is the name of your blog.
Yeah.
So that was a really, really good read actually. So yeah, really good. Tell us about that, because that's really interesting.
So I don't think I've ever done a diet, and I don't think I've ever done any kind of, I've done my own sort of healthy eating, but I haven't ever done a sort of challenge or a cleanse or all this stuff that I see people do. But towards the end of last year, in fact, probably from, I don't know, I was eating like it was Christmas every day from about September, and I was really going for it and drinking loads of booze and just. So by the time we'd had Christmas and stuff, I was really, really, really feeling it and thinking I needed to break my bad habits that I'd gotten into. And I saw this challenge and thought, oh yeah, I'll join it. So it's run by a local lady, is Nutrition with Mickey. And yes, it was a 5-day gut health challenge. So it's all about getting the good bacteria back into your stomach. So the first 3 days was sort of a cleanse. So you're just eating, it's not fasting, but you're eating very nourishing but quite basic foods. It's like smoothie for breakfast, salad for lunch, and then a broth for dinner. Loads of vegetables.
Wow.
And then for the last 2 days, it's a bit more reintroducing foods, but the emphasis on really healthy eating. So
how did you feel towards when you'd finished it? How did you feel? Did you
feel? I felt incredible.
Yeah,
I really did. On day 2, I thought I was going to die because I have too much sugar and I have too much caffeine, and I just had a killer headache on day 2. I sort of got through that, and by day 3, actually, I woke up with a lot more energy and I felt pretty good. And by the end of it, I felt fantastic. And it has helped me to break some bad habits, although some of them are creeping back in now.
Yeah.
But for a long time after the challenge, usually I'd have chocolate every single day for sure. And even after the 5 days, I didn't have any until yesterday, I think. So.
Do you know what? You inspired me actually. So I've not had any sugar whatsoever this week, and I am a bit of a sugar monster. I love chocolate. I've got a sweet tooth. I absolutely, any in between clients, if I pick, just not healthy things. And we needed to change our diet and our lifestyle. So we've had no sugar whatsoever. And on, what day was it? Day 3, I just felt terrible, absolutely terrible. So a couple of days ago, I was thinking, oh God, but you know what? This morning I woke up just full of energy. So it was almost like you kind of go down and then you go back up.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's amazing how kind of sugar doesn't kind of make you feel good. You know, so it's I'm determined to finish it. And by the weekend, we've decided to kind of then pre kind of plan healthy meals and things like that. But yeah, I'm determined to do it. Because I am, like I said, I eat chocolate every day. I have a Diet Coke, non-caffeine Diet Coke. So I don't really have caffeine. I have decaf tea and I have decaf Diet Coke, but the chocolate kind of makes up for it really, because it's just, you know, so bad. So yeah, I'm doing it. I'm determined to do it. But sorry,
I'm busy developing some recipes for like really healthy treats. So
yeah,
I've been working on a few different things, but I wouldn't have believed it before, but they really can hit the spot. Like, I don't think it is chocolate that you need, really. And especially, like you said, when you realise that you actually feel great without sugar. And the other thing was that you'll be interested in, my skin was amazing. I suddenly was like, oh my gosh, I'm glowing.
Yeah. Do you know what? That is something I found, because I find my skin is really reactive. So if I do have chocolate, if I do have a Diet Coke, which is most days, I do see a difference in my skin. And having this no sugar diet this week has really changed my skin. Even, you know, this morning, like you said, glowing, I was like, wow, it's, you know, it's doing my skin and my body so good. It's actually made me realise that I need to really cut back now. So, you know, I'm not going to say I'm never going to have chocolate, but
oh no,
sugar's so readily available, isn't it? It's you know, you go anywhere and there are yummy things everywhere, aren't they? Too easy. And the shops, the manufacturers, they know it too, and it is a, you know, in a form, in a way, addictive, isn't it? And we get used to it, and it's so readily available. It's quite cheap. You go anywhere, you know, go to the petrol station, you go to walk down the high street normally. You know, there's yummy cakes and there's yummy stuff everywhere. It's, you know,
it's a bit paying, isn't it? It's like walking up towards like the tills. That's where all the chocolate and the snacks are. I'm like, no.
And they know that, don't they? They know how to position things, so you know to go and how, you know, you're going to pick these things up, and it's yummy, and we all like it.
Absolutely.
You're at your weakest.
Yeah, absolutely. And what is it with like big supermarkets selling Easter eggs now? Like the Cadbury egg, they just know.
Yeah,
I know. I think I put on social media somewhere. I think it was it Boxing Day? I put on there on my social media that I said, "So, what's everyone doing for Easter?" Because I've been Tesco's. I think it was Boxing Day.
Yeah.
And they had the Easter eggs out. Yeah, it's never an entitled, isn't it, of commercialism? I think, in selling chocolate.
Crazy, absolutely crazy. So when we say, going back to people who have limited diets, sometimes it's hard to kind of get out of that routine, isn't it? So, Jenny, if someone was to try and lose weight and look at their diet, what's the first thing that you would say to them? How would you address that?
So first of all, I would say make sure you're drinking enough water, because that's quite often a big thing for people, not drinking enough. Because sometimes if we're dehydrated, we can be tired. Our brain needs a bit more energy, and that can come. We think that's from sugar. Actually, what we need is the water. So make sure you drink at least 2 to 3 litres a day, every day. That's the first thing. And I would say also, it's interesting, you know, having a bit of a detox of sugar and cutting it out for a while. But actually, I would say, if you can, everything in moderation in a way. There's nothing wrong with having some chocolate, but some chocolate for most people is difficult, isn't it? You know, if you find you open the chocolates or biscuits, you can't have one.
My husband does that.
Half a packet. I mean, lots of us are like that.
I'm like that.
Yeah.
I can it's easier to cut it all out than to try and just have it.
Yeah, it'd be easier to say no, none.
Yeah.
Than it is to say, oh, because if we could have one chocolate biscuit, there wouldn't be a problem, would there? We wouldn't have too much sugar, but a lot of us do have too much sugar in our diets, and that's not just from chocolate; it's from lots of different foods that we eat as well, which is worrying. So I'd say definitely drink enough water first of all.
Yeah.
And then kind of make sure you're getting enough nutrients in your diet first, enough fiber, enough protein, and enough fats, and some healthy carbs as well. And then hopefully, once you've put all the good things in there, there's actually very little room for all the treaty stuff.
Yeah,
you're right. So it's kind of looking at the whole kind of picture overall.
Yeah.
But you have to cut out sugar. You know, a bit of sugar is fine for us, but like I say, sometimes it's too much. Especially after Christmas. We've all had Christmas cake. I've got half a Christmas cake in that kitchen.
I've got loads of treats left.
Yeah. Chocolates left over, you know, and if it's there, we all want to eat it, don't we? Because we're all tired, we're all stressed, and it's dark and it's cold, and we've got children at home to homeschool, and we all just want to eat it.
It's like, I've survived another day of homeschool. I can treat myself.
Yeah.
Well, can I admit that I have wine in this mug now?
That's good. You can come back.
You've done some homeschool today. You definitely deserve that. You definitely deserve that, Becca.
I'm homeschooling with a 2.5-year-old in tow as well, which is just I mean, how do you do that?
Yeah.
I started tackling it by telling him that he can come to school now with my eldest, and maybe he can join in. And that's actually worked better than anything I've tried so far. Because trying to set them up with separate activities is just
just get the youngest involved. Yeah, absolutely. It's just a juggle at the moment, isn't it? So I think in the summer as well, I feel like everyone seems to be a bit healthier as well. You know, because nobody wants lots of like hot food, and you know, everybody does opt for kind of more salady kind of dinners and things, don't they? I don't know. I mean, I think we do, although we do have barbecues. You know, but we tend to have a lighter meal in the summer. So I think, winter, you just kind of, you want to put the slow cook on, you want to put something yummy in the oven. You know, you kind of want those comforts, don't you? So it can be so different in the summer, can't it? So So
some we want, like, you know, it's much easier to eat lighter foods and have like nice yummy salads and things, and it's just easier, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Bring on the summer.
Absolutely. So have you got any obviously when everywhere opens up, Becca, do you have kind of like anywhere planned that you would like to go and write a blog about them? How does that work out for you?
I think mostly recently, before lockdown or in between lockdowns as well, I was tending to be writing more about maybe about small producers or small businesses. So I was doing less of the restaurant reviews and more sort of bigging up local businesses, really.
Love that.
So
I think that's really important, isn't it? Especially this year. Last year as well.
And like for Christmas, I did a Christmas gift guide for foodies, and it was all sort of local independent businesses. And that's the stuff I love doing. And I used to be a journalist, so I like getting to the story behind the company, sort of finding out who runs it, and I like all that stuff. So
it's nice to put a face to a business, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
I made more effort this year than ever to really sort of practice what I preach, and I bought loads of local stuff. You know, there's like a local lady who makes amazing cakes and bakes and letterbox gifts and stuff, and there's so many talented people out there.
Yeah.
And that's what all about, isn't it, Kirsty? All about supporting one another and being positive and supporting, because we both work for ourselves, both small businesses as well, and we like to support other people and other local businesses as well, and raise awareness of other people as well, and just sort of help support the whole network, really.
Absolutely. I think it's so important, isn't it, at the moment? Do you know what? I think I have mentioned this before, but I'll mention it again. So before lockdown, there was a bike shop not far away from me, and we popped in there because it's my son's birthday, and we were going to get him a bike. And we asked him if he'd been busy, and he was like, "No, not really." Anyway, we did buy a bike from there. And during lockdown, when it happened in March, we then saw a queue outside getting into a shop because everybody was trying to, everyone was getting healthy and fit, and no one was going. Well, I don't know what Halfords was like, but I was just so pleased. We drove past, and I just happened to look, and I just thought, do you know what? That is amazing. And it made me feel really happy that people were going to the independent shops because he had run it for so long, and it was a family business, and I just thought, yeah, that's amazing. And it is all about supporting local and kind of bigging each other up as well. It's really, really important to do that, because obviously you're always going to have the big supermarkets, the big chains, and it is hard. It is hard to have a business, especially in these times. And it's really important to kind of have each other's backs, really. So yeah,
I think as well in lockdown, especially with food shops or restaurants that couldn't open as restaurants, so many places sort of adapted their offering to make sure that everyone's okay. So they'd suddenly, like there were a lot of shops in Southbourne that suddenly started stocking all the essentials, all your baking essentials and bread and fresh veg and all those places that really went out of their way to help people.
Yeah.
Now that supermarkets are back open again, or sort of, we need to remember all those businesses that did so much for us and like really looked after us, basically.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, it is all about that. I've just seen a comment through saying through dropping sugar, have you found foods are tasting different or better? I'm not too sure yet, Rob, because I have been doing the like the juice diet. So it's just full of like ginger, and there's all sorts in there. So I haven't actually. I've snacked on like a banana, and well, yeah, saying that that did taste amazing, amazing. So I don't know. So come Saturday, when I taste some different foods, that's when the that's when I'll know.
I tell you what I was reminded of doing my healthy gut challenge, because I wasn't starving hungry at any point, because we were eating quite big portions but of really healthy stuff, and it sort of kept you going. But because I'm a terrible snacker, it felt really nice to be properly hungry, ready for your meal. And then it tasted so good. Like even a plate of salad, just greens, it just tasted fantastic. And I think it makes you realise, especially with kids, I'm even worse now because I'm just constantly eating a bit of their leftovers or snacking here, But it's quite nice to be hungry, nicely hungry.
And that's how it should be, isn't it? We should be hungry before we eat our meal, and then we appreciate what we've got, rather than, like you say, it's constant grazing, which we can get into. And it's very easy done, isn't it? Because children at home, they want to eat all the time, don't they? And it's very easy there to sort of get yourself snacks at the same time, isn't it? But that's how it should be. If being hungry, ready for your meal, and eating a good, healthy meal at a time as well.
I've realised that I can't match my toddler's snack for snack.
Snack attack.
That's that's been quite hard actually this week. Obviously, being on this juicing, is cooking the children dinner and kind of just smelling it and going, there you go, there's your dinner, there's your dinner. That's been quite tough.
And out of interest, Kirsty, what made you do the juicing?
Do you know what? Over Christmas, I just felt that I ate so much rubbish. And it didn't stop at Christmas. It carried on through, I mean, what are we now? What date? Are we mid-January? So it kind of, yeah, it's like, what is it? And then it kind of went over the week, and I was just like, this has got to stop. Literally, I'm eating still like it's Christmas every day. And it just made me feel so rubbish. Yet I was eating more rubbish. You know, I was eating more foods that were making me feel rubbish. And I was like, yeah, this needs to stop. Something needs to be done. And my husband and I we were talking about, like, you know, healthy eating and coming out of that routine as well, what we're cooking every day. And it was like, right, well, let's start fresh. Let's, you know, do a little bit of a detox. And then the week after, we really kind of plan our foods and try and get a bit healthy. Get healthier, really. So, yeah, just Christmas, I think, just kind of pushed me to kind of eating loads of rubbish. Like, you know, I know everybody does it. Like, my excuse was, hey, it's Christmas. Hey, it's Christmas. Oh, I can have one of these because it's Christmas. Because you do, you know, because that's what you do at Christmas, isn't it? So, so yes, we are determined to kind of get on it from next week and be healthy and try and figure out some healthy meals. But yeah,
I'm going to send you. I'll send you my recipe for healthy little treats.
Please do. Please do. Yeah, that'd be amazing. Absolutely amazing. Are they available? Is that available on a blog or anything like that? Or
it is. It's my Adventurous Glutton blog. So it's Adventurous Glutton, all one word, .co.uk.
Amazing, amazing. So perhaps after this, maybe if you could just pop it in the comments, and then people could click the link and go straight to it. So that'd be.
What is it called?
Adventurous Glutton.
Oh, there you go. Jenny's on it.
So
Becca,
yeah.
So what has been your most favourite food that you have had?
Oh, ever?
That you springs to mind now, that you then thought that was amazing, I'm going to go and write a blog about it.
Oh gosh.
Or the last year, anything you can think of that you've had that has been absolutely amazing.
Well, I've had some very good cheeses from
nice.
You know, Parliamentary in Southbourne.
No, I don't think I do.
It's owned by the guy who owns the Larder House, the restaurant.
Okay.
And it's right opposite the Larder House, and it's a cheese shop. And they've got some amazing cheeses. And I've had some good times in there.
Do you walk in, they go, the usual, Becca?
I don't actually go over there that much.
Cheers, everyone knows your name.
You know what? When I phone up the local curry house, the Chinese, I was like, "Is that Kirsty?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And I don't know whether to be really proud of that or really embarrassed.
I tell you what. Lately, it's when you've got your mask on and you go in somewhere with your mask on and you think, "Oh, no one will recognise me," and they're like, "Oh, Becca again." What else have I had? I'm trying to think. There's so many brilliant things. Just before Christmas, I tried these little chocolates, but they're healthy chocolates. They're vegan.
Healthy chocolate?
Yeah. This company in the New Forest made these little, they're called the chocolate chanterelle, and they make these tiny little beautiful mushrooms. They look just like real mushrooms, but they're made out of chocolate. But they use
this is like life-changing for me.
It's all like natural plant-based ingredients, so there's no refined sugar. It's things like coconut sugar or maple syrup, or and they're lovely. They just look like little works of art, and they taste divine. So
wow! Oh, you've changed. That's it. I'm gonna have to get some.
They're good.
To have my fix, my chocolate fix. Oh, thank you so much for coming on and chatting to us.
Yeah, thank you, Becca. It's really lovely having you along tonight. Thank you for all your time.
Thanks for having me.
So if people want to contact you or literally just have a read of your blogs, they can just go on to the link which Jenny's just sent out in the comments, and that will take you to all of your blogs. Yeah.
And I'm on Instagram as the Adventurous Glutton,
Amazing.
Facebook and Twitter. So
Amazing.
yeah, if you look at Glutton up on any of them, you'll find me.
Amazing. Amazing. Oh, thank you very much.
Thanks
Thank
for having
you.
me.
Oh, I've loved our evening chat. I'm quite liking these evening slots, Jenny. They're quite nice,
quite
aren't
fun,
they?
isn't it?
It's working because we just thought, 9:30 homeschooling is just not going to work, so we will move it to the evening, and but then obviously people can rewatch whenever they're free. So yeah, brilliant. Thank you so much. Thanks everybody.
Thank you all. Thank you
joining
for joining us. We'll have more lovely guests over the next few weeks. Won't we,
Yes,
Kirsty? All
we
sorts
will.
of things. I think we're going to talk a bit more about juicing as well.
Yeah.
Coming up.
Absolutely.
A bit more about juicing, or health, wellness, nutrition.
Yeah, absolutely.
Feeling good.
Sounds amazing. Thanks, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.